And Julia, you're our next speaker.
It's fine.
You sure? Do you want me to lower it?
Do it. Let's do it.
I have so few duties. Let me do them.
All right. Yeah. So this summer I got the chance to have a teaching fellowship at the Bronx Zoo in New York, which was amazing. And it's part of the Wildlife Conservation Society, which has this motto, which is discover, protect, inspire. So your whole thing as a teacher is to help your audience discover wildlife, get them excited about protecting it, give them a safe space to explore it, and then ultimately inspire them to share the message of conservation, which is a pretty amazing thing. But my audience was 34-year-olds, which just turns into labor really quick. And on some days, the whole motto goes straight out the window, and it's just crowd control. And I remember there was this one day in July, and it was super hot, and the classroom was air conditioned, but the second you step outside, you just melt. And we walked in, and we were out of snack, which is like one of the worst things that can happen. And we put it to the side. We were like, we'll deal with this in the afternoon. We moved on. We have animal demos, so things like rainbow boas will come out, and we'll get to show them to the kids and hold them and touch them, and it's a really amazing thing for them to learn. But my supervisor, for the first time in the summer, the rainbow boa bit her, and so she had to leave super quick, put the snake away. It was like gushing blood, put Band-Aids on, really professional, but it was just not a good scene for the day, so we were all sort of really jittery, and we went out into the zoo, and each fellow has about 15 4-year-olds around them at all times, and they just run in every direction, and none of them want to hold your hand. And you have a spray bottle, so you're supposed to keep them cool, and you have a water bottle, so you're supposed to be like, be a baby bird, and you pour it down, and it's a lot. And there was only one kid who was just walking like super mild-mannered next to me all day. His name was Will, and he was great. He just had like the biggest brown eyes, really, really cute, like this tall, but he was in a phase that 4-year-olds go through, and it was a butt phase. So he's just really curious about butts and like just likes the word. And every animal we saw, like if it was a turtle, he'd be like, Julia, that's a butt turtle. And if it was a lion, he would be like, butt lion. And if it was a bear, like a black bear, he would be like, that is definitely a butt bear. And by the end of the day, when you're trying to corral all of these kids, you get really sick of how many butts this kid can come up with. And there was this one moment where we're walking down the stairs with like maybe 10 of them, in front of me and like 5 behind, and Will's right there. And in the Bronx Zoo, there are peacocks that roam everywhere, and I was trying to give a kid water and make sure one kid wasn't tripping, and I almost tripped over this peacock, and Will goes, Julia, and I was like, what? I was so frustrated. And he's like, that is a buttcock. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And so I just started to laugh. I started to lose it, and I was like, well, that's super inappropriate. You can't say that. And all these other 4-year-olds are like magnets. They're like, what's inappropriate? So they're right there. And they're just like, they hear the word. And so then I have 15 of them running through the Bronx Zoo going, butt cock, butt cock, butt cock. And I just could only think of their parents saying, honey, what did you learn in zoo camp today? And that's what they were going to say. And so I guess the whole story is just about, you're going to have a lot of goals when you go into your workday, and you're going to think that you can control a lot, and you can't, and that's fine. And you're still going to learn something awesome. And, that's one of the most memorable, best days ever. So, awesome.